This is how to beat Spotify's new royalty rules and get paid for every single stream in 2024. Hey, it's John here at Hyped It. In this video, I want to share with you how I'm planning to beat Spotify's new royalty rules that says you gotta get over 1,000 streams in a year in order to get paid for that song, and how I'm gonna get paid for every single stream on my music in 2024. And if you're watching this and you're wondering, John, what are you even talking about? I'm already getting paid for every stream of my music. Then you may have missed that Spotify just recently announced that they're gonna change the royalty rules in 2024. And from 2024, you have to have at least 1,000 streams in a 12-month period on a song in order to be eligible to get paid royalties on that song. If this is something you want to dive deeper on all those changes that Spotify introduced for 2024, I'm going to leave a link above you, so check this out to catch up on the new rules for Spotify in 2024. But in this video, I want to talk about how to beat one of the most critical rules and get paid for every single stream on your music. The big loophole that independent music artists like us have to exploit here is the fact that Spotify is still gonna pay you for every single stream in the month in which you cross the 1,000 streams threshold. So let me explain this real quick. Even though Spotify said you gotta cross 1,000 streams in order to get paid royalties, they will pay you for all the royalties in the month in which you cross that threshold. So let's say you release a song, and in the first month of the release, you get 500 streams on that song. Now, as per the new rules, you're not gonna get paid royalties on this, because that song has not gotten more than 1,000 streams over a 12-month period, and therefore it's not eligible to get royalties. Now, let's say the second month comes along, and in month number 2, you are getting 700 streams. That now puts you at 1,200 streams, which means you have now crossed the threshold. Now, initially you might be thinking, all right, so that probably means I'm getting paid royalties on 200 streams because those 200 are the ones that I have above 1,000. But that's where Spotify's loophole comes in. They're gonna pay us on all the streams in the month in which the threshold is crossed. So in month number 2, you would get paid for 700 streams because this was the month when you crossed 1,000, and so you're gonna get paid on all the royalties in that month. So in order to get paid on all streams on our music, all we have to do is make sure we're getting 1,000 streams in the very first month of the release. If that first month is the one that puts us across the 1,000 streams threshold, and all the streams in the month when we've crossed the threshold are being paid, then that automatically means if you cross 1,000 streams in your first month of the release, then you're gonna get paid for all the streams. And so here are the 5 things that I'm planning to do in 2024 to beat Spotify's new rule and make sure that I'm gonna get paid for all the streams on all my releases all year long. Number 1, if I have a new release coming and it seems like a challenge to get to 1,000 streams in the first month, I'm gonna make sure to release this song towards the beginning of the month rather than the end. If I release at the beginning of the month, that gives me more time to hit the 1,000 streams threshold rather than releasing at the end of the month and then just having days in order to get there. And so I think with those new changes, we're gonna see a lot more independent music artists scheduling their releases towards the beginning of the month rather than the end, just so there's more time to hit 1,000 streams. Number 2, I'm gonna make sure to keep my songs short. Why? Because shorter songs invite more repeat streams. Let's say a fan comes to Spotify, finds one of your songs and absolutely loves it. And that fan has maybe 6 minutes or 10 minutes or something before the next thing starts. Maybe a meeting, or they have to go somewhere or do anything. Or maybe this is how long their car ride takes before they get to their destination. If you have a song out there that, let's say, is 6 minutes long, right? Then that fan can listen to that one song maybe once, maybe 1.5 times. So you might get 1 or 2 streams out of it. But if your song was 2 minutes long and the fan still wanted to enjoy your music for the same amount of time, now you might be able to get 3, 4, or 5 streams out of the same time just because your song is shorter and invites more repeat streams. And with the goal of maximizing the number of streams in order to cross that 1,000 streams threshold as quickly as possible, I anticipate that short songs are going to be more likely to get more streams faster. Number 3, I'm going to put all my focus on single releases with just one track. Now, if you've been following the channel, you will have heard me talk about the benefit of releasing singles over albums on Spotify, and Spotify's new rule is just gonna amplify this because Spotify measures the 1,000 streams threshold per track, not per release or per album. So if you put out an album with 10 songs and you wanted to make sure to get paid for all of the streams, then every one of the songs on the album would have to individually meet that streaming threshold and get over 1,000 streams in the first month. On a 10-track album, that would mean you'd have to get 10,000 streams. But if you just put out a single with one song on it, it's a lot easier to get to the first 1,000. And you can keep the other songs that you plan to release on an album in your back pocket to release it in month number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and so on. So you also get the benefit of getting more time on release radar, which is why this strategy works so well for Spotify growth in the first place. Now, one of the things that I've done in the past, I released a short radio version and a long extended version on all of my singles. So every single release came with 2 versions of the same track, one which is great for listening and streaming, and the second longer version of the same song, better tailored for DJs. But I might scratch that long version on all my future singles because it still means I need to get 1,000 streams in order to cross all the tracks above the threshold. And because the songs are identical, they're just arranged to different length, it's easy for them to cannibalize each other in terms of streams. So the way I see my releases in 2024 going right now is it's going to be singles with just one short version of the track on it. Number 4. When it comes to promoting my music on Spotify, I'm a huge fan of Facebook and Instagram ads. They're one of the most effective ways to attract die-hard fans of our music and our genre and bring them over into Spotify to specifically check out our music and our artist profile and engage with our music. And because of the engagement of these fans and the way they repeat stream and like and save music and start following artist profiles, they leave a lot of positive signals for the Spotify algorithm and therefore make it very likely for music to be picked up on algorithmic playlists. Now that's going to be even more valuable in 2024 because all those algorithmic streams are going to help me cross the 1,000 streams threshold for my new songs. But the ultimate point I want to make with respect to ads is that I'm going to send this traffic to a playlist on Spotify with only my music on it. I'm not going to send that traffic to an individual song where the only thing that happens is that a fan can enjoy and listen and save that one particular song. No, I want to send them to a playlist with more of my music on it so that fans who don't do anything, they listen to another track of mine, to another one, to another one, to another one. Now, all these streams help push all of the songs higher in terms of exposure and streaming royalties. And that can even help old tracks to maintain a pace of at least 1,000 streams over a 12-month period and make sure none of these old tracks suddenly gets demonetized because they don't get enough traffic anymore. This strategy really works like magic, and it's really one of the keys that has allowed me to grow my music to millions and millions of streams with listeners that stream many of my songs when they first discover me and then come back more often to stream more music. And number 5, last but definitely not least, I'm going to launch a promo campaign for every new release right on the day of the release. And with Hypedit's ad automation feature, this has become so easy that I can literally do this in minutes on release day and then just have listeners and streams come in minutes later. Hey, can I say this? That's a bit of a shameless plug, isn't it? But it's really what I use. I love that stuff. And this is so powerful and so easy that I want to quickly show you on my screen how I can set up a campaign literally in just seconds. On my Hypedit dashboard, select New Campaign. Select Grow My Spotify Playlist. Connect to Facebook. Copy paste my Spotify playlist URL and then the song on the playlist I want to promote. Select the video effect for my ad. Upload the song. Cut 3 audio snippets that showcase some of the most exciting moments of the song. Select the countries I want to target with my ads. Select 3 sound-alike artists for my music to then generate the interests for my ad. Start with a minimum daily budget and then publish my campaign so that I can get more listeners, more streams, and more fans for my music on Spotify the second Facebook and Instagram have made the ad active. That's how fast it is. Literally just takes seconds. It makes it super easy to promote my new releases so I can fly past those streaming thresholds in a matter of days. So here you have it. Those are my 5 things that I'm going to do in 2024 to beat Spotify's new streaming role and make sure that I get paid for every single stream on my music in 2024. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell icon below so you can get more videos like this on YouTube on how to get more streams and listeners and fans for your music on Spotify. And if you want a quick launch promo campaigns for your music just the way I do it, then check out this next clip right here. Want to get your music heard on Spotify with AI? I just launched a brand new video training program called the Spotify Growth Switch, where I show you how to start growing real listeners, real fans, and real streams on Spotify in less than 10 minutes using software and AI. I've used the Spotify Growth Switch system to now grow my music to over 7 million streams and tens of thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. This works for any music genre. It gets you real fans and listeners super fast, and it's extremely easy to set up, literally just like flipping a spotlight switch for your music. Despite using AI, you don't need to know nothing about tech stuff in order to be successful with this. I've had the tremendous privilege of helping multiple tens of thousands of music artists grow their music on Spotify, many of which have grown to much larger numbers, lots more listeners, lots more streams than I have using the systems that I've taught. Makes me so proud of their success. And so if you want to get more real listeners, real fans, and real streams for your music fast using state-of-the-art software and AI, then click the link below this video and check out the Spotify Growth Switch. I can't wait to help you grow your music on Spotify, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.